With John Wick Chapter 4 all set to release in March, the franchise is all anyone can talk about. The films are super entertaining to watch. Did you know the cast had to follow a bunch of rules and guidelines between the scenes to make the series a success?
Saying goodbyes?
Saying hello.
You think your wife can hear you?
No.
Let's talk about them. I have to start the video by talking about our resident superhero, Keanu Reeves, and his workout routine for his role as John Wick. Reeves is one of the best action heroes Hollywood has ever seen. I mean, come on! Speed, The Matrix, and John Wick? The man's a real-life superhero! But all that success didn't come easy. Reeves had to spend months training for John Wick, especially since he did most of the stunts himself. The man couldn't take a single day off. Reports say he didn't stop training even when he got sick. And it shows in all those flawless moves in the movies. So how did he do it? First up, boot camp. Yes, to prepare for John Wick, Keanu had to go through an intense workout camp that lasted for about 3 months. The camp focused on specific tactical skills that the actor needed for the role, including guns, driving, fighting, and knives. In an interview, Keanu also explained his process of practicing these skills on set, specifically for shootout scenes. He said he grabbed his gun, started walking around, and practiced the angles. John Wick makes quick transitions from one weapon to another, reloading pistols and machine guns in seconds and adjusting his steps to the bigger scenario. Keanu Reeves names his transition John Wick style before the director says action. And guess what? Reeves' training didn't end with the boot camp. There are many more guidelines he had to follow, from his diet to his daily workouts. You don't get to perform action-packed roles like John Wick without keeping your body in perfect shape. So, of course, Reeves had to follow a pretty strict diet plan. The actor understood the importance of taking care of his body when he filmed his first action film, Point Blank, with Patrick Swayze, so his diet is pretty healthy in his daily life too. But for John Wick, Reeves had to adopt a very low-sodium, low-fat diet. This meant a lot of the actor's favorite foods like peanut butter and marshmallows had to go. In an interview with Men's Journal, though, he said he did eat healthy carbohydrates and proteins to balance out his diet and enjoy the occasional glass of beer. But it's not just the actor's eating habits that changed. Reeves had to alter his entire life routine for the technical requirements of the film. It's one thing to work out to keep in shape, but it's quite another to train every day to preserve strength. Reeves' trainer focused on strengthening his joints and muscle groups, along with giving balance and control to his body. Keanu couldn't take a single day's break, and to his credit, he did a marvelous job of training his body for John Wick. After all, it's no easy task to be the world's best action hero at 58. Believe it or not, the actor still had to do more work to prepare. Let's talk about the guns, the crazy driving skills, and the martial arts. John Wick is a master of his craft, an expert assassin, fighter, and marksman, so of course the actor has to be one too, except the assassin part, of course. To learn how to use firearms, Reeves worked with Taron Butler, an American sport shooter who has won several shooting competitions and also served as a consultant for movies and TV shows. And if we know anything about Keanu, he'll give us all a task. He spent a significant amount of time with Butler at Taron Technical Innovations, a training and practice facility where he learned all his skills. He's in total control of guns and cars too. If you know anything about Keanu, you know he has an amazing collection of cars and motorcycles. In John Wick, he got a chance to drive Mustangs and Ferraris and had to undergo extensive training for the crazy car moves. Sure, they used a stunt double for some of the most dangerous car scenes, but for the most part, Reeves did all the driving himself, and his trainer said he was exceptional. Reeves really can do it all, along with obscure forms of martial arts. He had to train exclusively in judo, Japanese jiu-jitsu, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu for the John Wick franchise. He got so good that the International Judo Federation awarded him an honorary black belt. And by the way, Reeves was not the only actor who had to follow strict regimens and learn crazy action techniques for John Wick. Even Halle Berry's had a crazy workout routine for John Wick, Chapter 3. Yep, the 56-year-old actress performed most of her own stunts too. These stars are just amazing. Berry literally had to train like a professional fighter to play the role of the mysterious assassin Sophia in the third installment of John Wick, and it was not an easy job. Her trainer, Peter Lee Thomas, said that the actress trained like an MMA fighter, often multiple times a day, along with weapons training and dog training. All of this becomes even more shocking when you realize that she was 52 years old at this time, but clearly age was just a number to the star. By the end of her training, Berry got fit enough to take down men with her legs, deal with blows to the stomach, dodge knives, deliver punches, shoot guns, and leap through the air. Yep, that's how hard they made her train, and she killed it. Now, let's talk about Lance Reddick, who plays Charon in the franchise. He also had strict rules to follow in training to undertake on the sets of John Wick. You'd think that an actor who'd played so many different cop roles over the years wouldn't need any training in firing guns, but you'd be wrong. In an interview, Reddick confessed that in all of the police roles, he'd only ever shot a gun twice before. So naturally, the producers made sure he was taught the proper way to do it. Safety first, after all. Reddick finally unleashed his acting skills in John Wick Chapter 3, Parabellum. As someone who's usually in a passive role while everyone else causes chaos, he was delighted. He had to train hard for his fighting scenes, but like all the other cast members, he enjoyed every minute of it. And it looked great on screen, too. Obviously, training is a huge part of action movies, but none of them is complete without some kick bits.
No one. Not even you. Can kill everyone.
The costume designer, Luca Mosca, did an amazing job with all the outfits because each actor looked fantastic. For Wick himself, he created around 50 customizable suits for a single movie. Yes, 50 suits for one guy. They all followed a black and gray color scheme and were tailored so that Reeves could perform all his crazy stunts. For the rest of the characters, Mosca drew inspiration from art, museum exhibits, and other sources outside the script. So clearly, a lot of time and attention went into creating each outfit. So, one rule all the cast members had to follow was not to damage any of the pieces during action scenes, unless, of course, the scene required them to. And there you have it. These are all the behind-the-scenes training rules and guidelines the cast of John Wick had to follow on set and beyond. Obviously, all of them worked their for the first 3 films, and I can't wait to see what the next one has in store for us.